Hi, this is Roger. Thanks for dropping by. More good news. Those of you that are keeping pace, I had my second jab yesterday and I had everything prepared that I could do absolutely nothing today in case it all went wrong. Well, it didn't all go wrong. I have very slight arm ache, nowhere near as bad as the first one. I got no headaches, I got nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's as though I didn't go. Maybe I just had plain water. Anyway, it's done. It's unlikely I'm going to get effects this long after. If I was going to get some problems, I'd have signs of it by now. So I think I've got away with my second one as well, with just a bit of arm ache. Not bad at all. I'm well pleased. What I was going to put off until tomorrow, I can now do today. All I'm doing is watering my mounts today. I'm bringing it forward. The reason being, it'll leave me just the pots to do tomorrow prior to doing the Sunday chat video. So I can get all that done ahead of time. What I'm trying to do is get ahead with things that can last a while. Because I'm out all day on Tuesday, off to Burnham's, so I obviously will be doing nothing here on Tuesday. If I water all my pots tomorrow on Sunday, they won't need touching, so they'll be fine. And then I can do my mounts on Monday, and they'll wait till Wednesday for their next one. So all planned, all sorted, nothing like a good plan. Not quite fully open yet, but getting close. There's a lot of the buds are actually cracking now, so give this another 3, maybe 4 days, and I would imagine most of the blooms will be fully open. And then we get the fragrance after a day or two. So I'm looking forward to that. We already have the fragrance of that. I don't know whether that Oncidium is fragrant or not. I need to get that down. Basically, the blooms are so tiny, it's pointless being up there because I can't see them properly. That's got to come down here to the display area. The Momoko is virtually over now. Finished. Just those 2 will be left. So again, that can just be moved somewhere else to finish off its last few blooms. And this is staying down here, even though it's large and I could put it a distance away. I like to look at this close up because it's just very nice. The Prima Donna, most of the initial blooms that came out are virtually gone now, but these have only just opened and we've still got some buds to go, so I don't want that one too far away. This one is a little... I believe my view of these blooms is that they are inconspicuous. You would walk past them, but the fragrance is absolutely stunning. Well, I don't need this in pole position for the blooms. It doesn't matter where it is in here as far as the fragrance is concerned, so that one can go. This one's going to Lynn, along with the other 2 Sarcochilas, so that will be gone. That's a Tuesday job, that is. So, and then after Tuesday, I'll have got rid of 2 people's plants in the plants to go, including some quite large plants. So Wednesday, when I've only got the mounts to water, I might start rearranging things. I've got some shelves that need things moved. A lot of things were put there because that's where the space was at the time. Well, different areas of space are going to be created. So we might be able to have a bit of a sort out. We shall see. Anyway, I just thought I'd let you know that I got away with it. I had my second jab and I have no ill effects whatsoever. As I said, look, I can hold my arm up there. Now, I couldn't do that with the last jab. I was down here only and no sudden movements. So yeah, I do have a very dull ache in my shoulder, but that's all. I think why I haven't got any ache in my shoulder this time is she got it in the same hole. Right, I heard a joke, and I like it because it's an old-fashioned type joke. Nothing smutty, nothing dirty, just some thoughts. I'm going to have to shorten it because it went on an awful long time, but you can imagine how it could be elaborated. Now, not everybody's going to get this, but in larger railway stations in the UK, places where there were sidings, you know, places where trains pull over to have their tyre changed or to have a wash and wax, all that sort of thing. They used to have what was called a signal box. Now this was a little building, normally timber, glass all round, up on stilts, up on high, so a good view of the whole area. And it was a man's job to be in there and pull levers at appropriate times to change the points on the lines. So if a train was due to go in a siding, he would pull a certain lever, clunk, and the points would change. And then after the train passes, it was his job to push it back again. So if you've never heard of this principle of the signal box, then that's the sort of thing that went on. And it was a manual thing. It's all electronic nowadays. Anyway, the guy had been doing the job a while, and he thought, you know, the newsletter came round and said that, you know, the company were looking to promote suitable people. And he thought, well, I've been doing this a while. I think I'll go for a promotion. So he wrote off, and a letter duly came back and said, an examiner will be due to visit you on Friday. So basically he made sure everything was nice and clean and his uniform was pressed, and the guy duly arrived at 9 o'clock on Friday morning. And they introduced each other and, you know, and had a cup of tea and all that sort of thing. He said, right, we'll start the examination. He said, okay, now you look out of your window and in the distance you can see a train coming. And you look in the opposite direction and you can see a train coming. And you realise they're both on the same line. What are you going to do? He said, well, I would walk over here and I would pull this lever here, which would put one of the trains into the siding with a signal on red to tell him to stop. Oh, okay, right. Okay, so what happens if that lever's jammed and you can't do that? What would you do then? Well, I'd go to this lever and pull this lever, which would change the points in front of the other train, and push that one into a siding with a red stop signal. What would you do if that lever was jammed as well? What if they were both jammed and you couldn't change the points? What would you do? He said, well, basically I've got an emergency function up here where I pull this and it sets all the signals to red. So everybody stops until we sort the problem out. No, okay. Well, let's say that doesn't work then. What are you going to do now? I said, well, basically, I would run down the steps and I would go out and basically manually change the points in front of one of the trains using the manual override. Oh, okay, good thinking there. And on your way back, you realise that your signal box is on fire. What would you do now? You found that your manual lever is jammed, you've got two trains heading towards each other, your signal box is on fire. What are you going to do now? Well, basically I would hurry around the back of my signal box and get Uncle Joe and bring Uncle Joe out. Well, how would he help? Oh, he's not going to be any help at all. He's just never seen a train crash. See you next time.